Hello everyone, I'm Vlovast and today I'm gonna show you how to make this amazing moss farm that's fully AFK. You only need a little bit of bone meal and you got a lot of moss. So for this farm to work, you're gonna need to get yourself at least one piece of moss. The way you do this is that you need to find a shipwreck that has the front of the boat still. Only the front has a chance of having moss blocks. And this is how you get your first moss. And the basic concept of this farm is the fact that if you bone meal a moss block while stone is around, it will turn the stone into more moss. This is how you get tons and tons of moss. So to start this farm, you want to go a few blocks high up in the air. Doesn't matter how many blocks you go up, it matters that you lift yourself a little bit up so you have space to make a collection system for the item. Then you need to place your piston. This is gonna be the place where your stone's gonna be created. Stone's gonna be created right here. Then you need an observer facing this, and you also need another piston coming up from here, and then a piece of sand there, a block here, redstone here. Now this will make sure that this observer only pulses one time. And then you need to bring the redstone in power this. So if I now place a block there, you can see it pushes and it doesn't keep pushing while detecting this piston. Okay, now we need to do the water, which needs to be placed here. So you kind of need to give it a little bit more room in order for water to be put there. I'm gonna place a block there so the water doesn't flow down there. So I'm gonna put it there. You can see it triggers while detecting the water, but it's just there's a little and doesn't go all the way. And if you put this, you need to raise this one more time because lava needs to fall into water in order to be turned into stone. If you do this now, as soon as it gets down there, you can see it starts producing. Then you can just add the lever onto this and stop the machine. So I suggest you move like 6 or 7 blocks away from that thing in order for you to place 3 pistons. These will be the ones that are pushing the moss blocks or the stone blocks into the wither cage. Then you want to place an observer here and you want to repeat that design over there. So you need a piston here with a sand pieces here. See, it will now be the same one as back there in order to power these pistons the same way. And put a piece of redstone here like this, and if you place a block here, it pushes. Then you want to close this top off like so. That's because you're gonna actually have water running in here and you want to make this thing too high all around. The next step, you need to leave a 3x3 area there with some moss block here, Spencer looking into it, and you need an observer looking into this piece of stone. Then a block here, piece of redstone here, put a sticky piston here with a redstone block. This will now power the dispenser. And you should also place a block here so water doesn't here. Then you need to have a way to get rid of this moss carpet whenever it decides to spawn. So the way you do this is that I'm using glass just so I can see inside of this. Use glass, but the way to do some glass there, put a dispenser here, break that one, then you put another block in here. So this will now have water dispensing to break up anything that stands on top of that thing. Next step, you add 3 blocks in here, a redstone dust that connects to this one, and you make it come all the way to here, and you add a repeater here. And then you need to do a second power this redstone line over here. So you're on top of this redstone, you place a block, and you can now run a line going all the way here into this. But you want to put a repeater in the middle with 4 ticks delay. You can now go and have a defensive water here, and here you can put some bone meal as well. That's not it. Still need to bring this line out here, bring this line out over here, because you need to drop in, place a dispenser looking down, and give it a water bucket as well. This one, you need 2 repeaters on vortex and a repeater. Make sure you have the redstone line going on top of the dispenser, and then if you activate the farm, the water and the wash should put everything out. You can even add more blocks into here if you want to, and you can see you start already having some moss here. This next part you don't need to do. You can manually farm the moss, or you can TNT to farm it. I rather use a wither, so it's fully AFK. So I need to find out which side is west. So place the sunflower down, it's always looking east, so west is that way. Or if you don't have a sunflower, you can use a locator map, and the locator map tells you where north, so west is over there. Then if you're going with the wither cage, I would suggest you leave 3 blocks here and then an extra one down, and this is where your wither is going to be standing in. Then you want to leave a gap, do 1 row all around, then a 5 by 5 square like this. Add 1 piece in the middle, come inside, break 2 blocks, and your wither can now breathe inside of there. And then spawn the wither. Need to make the cross like this. Do not break these blocks, or else he will escape. Then you want to get yourself some soul sand, some wither skulls, place it from the east side of the cage. Leave these blocks there, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. You can see it'll sit perfectly inside of there. Then you need to hit the wither with something. So you're gonna take advantage of this redstone here. Put a repeater going in front, and then you want to line yourself with the center of wither, and you need to actually place a dispenser here, this height. This needs to be the same height as the legs of wither. Then go here, place a hopper, place a block there with a piston, and place another block there, and then surround this with all area like this, so snowballs don't run away. Then you need a snowman, just a pumpkin, and you push him there, put a glass pane on it so it doesn't run away, and that place will always have snow. You can either just power this piston a couple times so it has snow in it, or you just can manually farm it and put a few snowballs so you know that it has at least some snow, not run out or bug out at the beginning. Then you connect the redstone all the way in, and here you use a repeater to power the dispenser, and you just put a button in here, like I said, a couple times, and you have some snowballs. You can now basically turn on your farm and let it do everything it needs for itself. Then you can just have a collection system down here, and that will pick up all the drops from this. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you like this video, and if you want to see any of the tutorials, just let me know. And see ya.